Hello and welcome to the B4 project. Where there is grief, there is love, or there was once love. We only grieve people or things that we love. As men, we rarely get the opportunity to talk about this kind of issues. Today, I'm joined by my friend, good friend, to talk about some of the challenges or how grief shapes the life of a man. Welcome. This is the B4 project. Welcome, Abu.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for joining me.
Well, it's my pleasure.
Yes.
Or at least we hope it's going to be.
Yes. So, introduce yourself to us. And what I want you to do is to introduce yourself without speaking about your education or what you do for a living.
Oh, okay. That's
Yes.
interesting. I think we often go with what we do for a living.
Yeah.
I think I would call myself Abraham Manwa, son of the late David Onkoba,
Yes.
and I'm a child of God.
Okay.
That's how I would introduce myself outside what I do for a living.
Yeah. I hope you realize how short our introduction is.
Well, yeah, I mean, often when we're introducing ourselves, it almost sounds like a LinkedIn profile.
Yes.
Because you are forced to list out the accomplishments set out for you. You went to this primary school, high school, campus, you did this study, worked in this organization, gave this speech, gave this talk, received this award.
Yeah.
So we are identified by the accomplishments we have made more than we've spent time finding out who we really are. And I think that often anchoring your identity on what you have accomplished can be a little bit a moving target, more of a moving target, because you will always, at some point, once you have accomplished whatever you have accomplished, there will be a new goal.
Yeah.
There will be a new target. So you'll want to accomplish more.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, actually. I've never introduced myself that way in a long time.
Yeah. So, Abu, you and I have known each other for, I think this year marks almost 20 years since we first met in Juja.
Yes, we were cooking in Juja Boys.
Yes.
Jaquet.
Yes. Yeah. And how are you doing? Like, really? A lot of times men don't get asked this question. How are you doing, Abu?
Thank you. There is normally the politically correct answer.
Yes.
Then there's the answer that you really know yourself.
Yeah.
And some of the realities of how us as men are doing is not one that I equally don't feel confident enough or often to share.
Yes.
Because first of all, I actually don't think it's anybody's business to know.
Yes.
And I probably think it's just too much information out there for no reason. So if to answer that question right now, how am I doing? I think I couldn't be any better right now. I'm doing very well. And that has a lot more to do with how I am internally. My heart is at peace.
Yes.
My mind is at rest. I am not troubled.
Yeah.
Not because I don't have issues.
Yes.
No.
For sure.
There is a lot going on. But I've gotten to a place where the troubles of this world have not infiltrated the peace and tranquility that exists within myself. So, and I attribute that a lot to my faith. I'm a born-again Christian. I'm not ashamed to say that.
Yeah.
And I think that is how I've gotten to where I am right now.
Yeah.
I'm at peace and I love it here.
Yeah.
And I think maybe I even guard that peace a lot more viciously than anything else. because I understand once that core is shaken just a little bit,
Yeah.
you lose focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of us men walk with a lot of baggage or a lot of mizigo, if I may say. When people meet Abu, what is it that they see? And what do you think they don't see behind the man?
Well, where can I start?
Yeah.
Let's go all the way to campus.
Yes.
When we were in first year, I think first year, second year,
Yes.
we were getting to know each other, and everybody had an idea of who we nicknamed people based on.
Yes. Yes.
And I think you and Lenny gave me the name Livondo or something. I don't know. I mean, that time this guy was getting into campaigns. I think he was trying to roll in with some heavy. He was a heavy roller at the time.
Yes. Yes.
And I think because I was also in business, and I always seemed to be having something going on. I have this deal I'm doing. There's this gig I've found. So I think there was that illusion that came that used to come with that. I don't know where it came from. I don't know. I've never really quite understood why that linkage was made, despite my efforts in trying to just live a simple, easy life. So people will see what they want to see. I think the perspective people have had of me is based on maybe where we met or what we talked about, or maybe people who know me from all the way in Kitale, because that's where I came from. And what they fail to see, I think very few people would want to spend time to really get to know who this person is. That is the difference. So there is and a lot of us men, we are very good at masking. To an extent. We can mask our problems quite well. But anyone who stays with us close enough will begin to see the cracks. And two things happen. Either they leave or they stay. Because it's never pretty.
So speaking about leaving, there are two people who have since left your life who are very critical and what we wanted to speak about today. That's your mom and your dad. But before we go into that, take me back to growing up. How was it? How was dad? How was mom? How was life with your siblings? Or how was it?
So, grew up in a simple home. Mom and dad were medics. So at the time they were working at the Kitale District Hospital. So they managed to get one of the quarters that were reserved for civil servants. I think it was a 2-bedroom house at the time. So we stayed there for a minute, and then we moved to the farm where we stay right now. Back in the day. So grew up in a very loving home. Mom and dad were present. Mom was more present because dad at some point decided to start his business elsewhere. As a doctor, and so we would see him very early in the morning and very late in the evening, but equally very present in our lives nonetheless. Then so the home was a happy home. It was full of parents who were present and provided. My dad's principle was that because he grew up, and one of the challenges was he always missed out on school because of school fees or books. He swore to himself, for as long as God lives, that we will never lack school fees and we will never lack books. We lacked everything else. The fancy things, the holidays, the PlayStations, having a TV in the house and whatnot. I mean, those ones were luxury items that were never a priority. But at least he was keen enough in his small business to make sure that we were able to go to school. And what used to be interesting is that the first car they bought was a van that my mom decided to use as a school bus.
Yeah.
So before she went to work in the morning, she had coordinated with parents around who were going to the same school as us, and now she would pick up a couple of kids alongside with us, and then drop us in school. Then now make her way back to work.
Yeah.
So you see, that was a side hustle right there.
Sounds like a very
oh yeah, they were very enterprising.
Yes,
they both of them were very enterprising. They're very hardworking. Even while we were living at the government quarters, they hustled hard to buy a piece of land where they grew food. So to cut down on expenses of buying food instead.
Yeah.
And the two of them were the ones who were going to plow that field because they didn't have enough money to hire people to do it. So they would leave the very neat medical profession and get on a bicycle and ride all the way to that place with their djembes to do that. Very enterprising people. So they brought us up really well. Me and my siblings were very tight. We have grown up together. We have grown to love each other and understand each other. Of course, the usual fights will always be there. There will be rivalry. I am the middle child. So, aka the forgotten child. No, I don't think I was the peacekeeper. My younger brother is the peacekeeper. Up to today, he is the peacekeeper. He would make a good ambassador. Should the opportunity come.
All right. So, so sounds to me like you had a good interaction or childhood and upbringing. And you speak about the industrious nature of your dad. When you look at the life of a man or a son, you go through a couple of phases with your father, specifically. As you grow up, you idolize the man. You know, he's an idol to you and he's someone you look up to. Then the second phase typically is demonizing him. You know, you were a teenager, you think he doesn't know much. If he tells you do this, you try to rebel. You try to find yourself. You know, you're trying to find yourself. So you don't necessarily idolize him as much, but the balance of power is shifting. Then finally, as you become a man, you humanize your father. You realize this man actually did the best that he could do. Especially Agreed. If your father is a present father. This is a well-balanced father, you know. So he's able to bring up a well-adjusted son. So take me through that journey for you, especially in terms of how your father was carrying you through this journey of your transition from a teenager into the man that you are.
Well, first of all,
how was he to you?
Well, let's start with the man who existed when I was still below 10 years old.
Yes.
That man was a disciplinarian.
Yeah. Good man.
Was... because I was rowdy.
Yes.
I was chaos.
Yes.
So, but the silent type of chaos.
Yeah.
I remember one time we went to church with my brother, and of course the whole family went to church. Then one of our friends told us about these cars made out of wires.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they were called at the time. So he told us he had made quite a number of them, and they were in really good shape, and he wanted to show us so that we could buy from him.
Yes.
Now, just walk with me here.
Yes.
Under 10 years, and we were already talking about how to buy these cars from these guys, these toy cars that he had made.
Yeah.
And the place where those cars were about, for an adult, it will take you about 2 hours to walk. Now, you can imagine for someone who's about, I think I was 9 years old. My brother at the time was 7. So I dragged him out of church and we walked all the way So
To go buy the cars.
to go see, not
To go
even
see,
buy.
okay,
We were
okay.
going to see the vehicles in the showroom, wherever they were, and come back and make a decision.
Yeah.
By the time we were coming back, church was over.
Mm-hmm.
My dad had panicked
Yeah.
because 2 boys have gone missing and nobody knows where they went.
Yeah.
And I think, of course, I think they'd called the cops.
Yeah.
When he saw us walking, we did not know the kind of trouble we were in. We were very excited because we finally got someone who had the things we wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we were working on the dynamics, and the dynamics were, we're going to talk to my aunt nicely to make us mandazis. Then we were going to give this guy mandazis so that we could exchange for the vehicles. So it was as simple as that. So everything was buttoned down. We knew exactly the sales pitch we needed to make to my aunt. And we were locked in.
Yeah.
We got home, and that man unleashed hell on us. For the first time, I felt like I did not belong in that home because that was attempted murder.
Yeah. Yeah.
He really went in on us, especially me, because I was older and I didn't understand what I had done. Later on, I think I did from a father's perspective.
Yeah.
So that is the kind of man we grew up with. He was a disciplinarian. We used to be really scared of him. Just hearing his vehicle drive into the compound.
Yeah.
We would go in hiding because of how strict he was.
Yes.
He expected nothing but perfection in what you needed to do. You expected you to be home, seated, having done your homework and clean. But when I became a teenager, it shifted.
Yeah.
Because we started having more conversations with him.
Yes.
It was more of, let's sit down and reason together. Let's agree on how things... And I started enjoying that a lot more.
Yeah.
So by the time I was getting to campus, me and my dad were like best friends.
Good.
So much. We had our standard calls every Sunday. And we would talk for hours.
Yeah.
We never ran out of stories. And I got to see him more now as just as a man, trying to figure out. This is the time we began now to him exposing how his life had been, what he's had to go through, even, opening up to some of the failures he had. Not many of them, of course. I'm sure he was protecting me from some of them.
Yes.
But, just trying to guide me because he realizes now I'm at a place where I'm making my own decisions. And that was amazing.
Yeah.
I started enjoying his company more when I was older than when I was younger.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was terrified of him.
Of course, yes.
But as I became older, I completely enjoyed the kind of friendship we had. It was deep friendship. It was one where there was trust. I could tell him things that I would not easily have told him back in the day and would laugh about it.
Yeah. So how you talk about that transition. How do you, as a man, move from, seeing your dad as a revered and a feared figure into someone who is your friend, who you can have a discussion with? It is almost the same transition you make with the ultimate father, who is God, but on earth. So how do you, how would you describe that for yourself?
So the transition is largely controlled by your dad.
Yes.
He has to transition from being a disciplinarian to being your friend.
Yeah.
Because you only get... It is easy for me to share my innermost secrets with a friend as opposed to a disciplinarian.
Yes.
He does not need to continuously feel like an authoritative government.
Yes.
Hence, that would necessitate me to have secrets. But it is in his interest that I am guided in how I process and I interpret my experiences. And I think that is the significant roles father play in transitioning that relationship. Because you start having experiences as a man and you're looking up to the man whom you have at least revered. So
Yes,
I'm making the
yes.
assumption that to anyone who does not have a father who was present
Yeah.
or was a good father,
Yeah.
that might be a bit difficult. You
Yes.
still love him, but you will know he probably isn't the right person to
Yes.
ask for advice.
Yeah.
But for me, I felt my father would be the right person to talk to about certain things. And his role was very instrumental in helping me specifically process my experiences
Yeah.
in the right way. The wrong interpretation of your experiences leads to the wrong implementation, to the wrong understanding. And now, once you have the wrong understanding of it, it means your strategies are based on lies, basically, because you want to base your strategies on truth, foundational truths.
Yeah.
So I feel that the role of your father is to help you navigate that path so that you can be able to make those decisions long after he is gone.
So yeah, speaking of long and making those decisions long after he is gone. So you move into high school. You are growing up as a teenager. You start to revere your dad. He is a friend. How does that relationship progress into when you are in campus? You talked about you having discussions, talking. How does that relationship progress going forward for you?
For my dad, one of the things he did, he was as I said, he was also a Christian.
Yes.
And he loved God.
Yes.
I think he's one man whom I think lived out authentically, both
Yes.
in private
Yes.
and in public. The kind of I have met people out there who tell me about my father,
Yeah.
and I can relate with it because if he was generous to those people outside,
Yes.
he was generous inside
Yes.
our house. I have seen him making decisions about business and just generally his life, ready to lose material possessions if it meant dishonoring God. So there was that consistency in character that he built. And that also helped me understand faith.
Yeah.
Because I see someone who lived it out.
Yeah.
And I know it is possible. So it's usually difficult when you don't have a role model in that. So the transition in this particular arena comes because, one, you have someone you're looking up to. I had someone who is professing his faith loudly, confidently, and doing it. So it was not just all talk, no walk. It was talk and walk.
Yeah.
So looking at those two interact and seeing him being genuine about doing things the right way, ensured that I had a template I could follow. And it also built trust, because I said, if he can accept this path for himself because it's the right thing to do, then so can I.
Speaking about template for life, it's normally quite challenging. Personally, my father is still alive, and you speak about the priest, the father, your father being someone who had a belief in faith and seriously followed that. I remember one time telling my dad, sometimes, Dad, when I'm coming to talk to you, I don't need a preacher. I need a father, And it's always sometimes very hard for fathers who are really dedicated to faith to be able to try and distinguish between when their son is coming to them to talk to them as their father, and the moment they whip out a verse. Our parents who are who are born again, they always have to get some verse, talk about it to guide your life, because this is the foundation of their faith, of their life. How did you use to manage, to speak to him? Give me an example of an interaction where you felt.
So this is here's the thing.
Yeah.
It never felt that way with my dad,
Yeah.
really.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, maybe my siblings had a different experience.
Yes.
He had been gifted
Yes.
with the ability
Mm-hmm.
to interpret
Yes.
and break down scripture for you
Yes.
so that it can be practical.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the Bible,
Mm.
it refers to God as our Father.
Mm-hmm.
And when you experience Him,
Yeah.
you just don't experience Him as God only. Like today, I experience God as God only. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
I'll experience Him as a Father.
Yeah.
He is all those characters
Yes.
in one.
In one. Yes.
So He comes to you as God, as your Father, as your friend.
Mm-hmm.
And in that way,
Mm-hmm.
what He's trying to say
Mm-hmm.
is that this perspective
Mm-hmm.
is not broken
Mm-hmm.
simply because
Yeah.
you are seeing it from one lens.
Mm-hmm.
And I think part of what my dad tried to do is to correct that misconception
Yeah.
that these are two distinct roles.
Mm-hmm.
That I am your father and I am also the priest of the home.
Yeah.
And you experience me as a package.
Yes.
So it's probably how you package this information and the guidance that comes. But to answer your question, his approach was one where he would listen
Yeah.
deeply, like really sit down and listen keenly to you. And then he would try to understand the path you are walking in.
Yeah.
To the best of his ability.
Yes.
There are many times he got it wrong.
Yes. Of course.
And then he would try and explain it to you what you should do.
Yeah.
Then he will use scripture that guides that line of thinking.
Okay.
So in a way, it's not him preaching to you. It's
Yeah.
him saying, this is the direction I need you to go. This is why you need to go for it.
Yeah.
The reason why I strongly believe this is the right thing to do is because also scripture informs me in this way, and this is how it guides my thinking. And that I found that to be very useful over time. Other times, he would not even need to quote any scripture.
Yeah.
You would hear his words.
Yes.
And you would know where they're coming from.
And see his actions.
You see his actions. And even his instructions.
Yeah.
He didn't need to tell you that this is informed by scripture.
Yeah.
Because we were also reading scripture. He put together a serious reading culture in the house.
Yeah.
Where every evening would sit down and he would read the Bible for us, and then he would explain the Bible to us. It's one thing for someone to be reading the Bible and then they're not leaving it.
Yes.
But we saw him leave it.
Okay.
So it made it easy for us to believe it.
Speaking of him leaving it, who was your father to your mother?
Oh, those two are sweethearts.
Yes.
The interesting thing is this.
Yes.
I think when I look at their marriage, when I was younger, I didn't see much. My sister did. So it is later on that I got to hear stories about even the little fights that were happening that I never got to see.
Yeah.
So were they fighting? Yes. But
course.
they used to fight behind closed doors.
Yes.
I remember one time my mom telling me that there's no day my dad ever talked to her when they were having an argument while he was standing. He would always tell her, come and sit next to me.
Yeah.
And then they would have a conversation. This is much later as my dad had gone and passed on.
Yeah.
And she would explain this to me. That was really, really kind of him, because we are not fighting.
Yeah.
And I think also my sister was very instrumental in trying to reshape, because my dad was a real kissy man.
Yes.
I mean, he used to forbade us from being in the kitchen.
Sitting in
He
the kitchen.
believed the kitchen is for women and nobody should be there.
Yes.
But my mom is another one.
Yes.
She married a tough Luya woman. That woman ensured that we knew how to cook.
Yeah.
Ensured that we knew how to wash our clothes.
Yes.
And
Basic
there was
life skills.
basic life skills.
Yeah.
And I am
Which every man should have.
absolutely grateful to her for ensuring that I learned those things. Because, I mean, they were very helpful. And if I'm to tell you that,
Yeah.
it took a while, but eventually my dad came around.
Yes.
And there's a day actually he joined us in the kitchen and we were cooking together, and he cooked ugali for us.
Yes.
Just to show you that he was the kind of man who was willing to change
Yeah.
upon presented by new information that
Yes.
were factual and true.
Yeah.
He was not hard-headed. Okay,
Unlike,
I mean, he was hard-headed.
Unlike you.
Well. I'm still my father's son.
Yes.
I have areas where I have not changed.
That's a good point actually to bring. There is the son always sees the father in himself. You know, you see there are things when you look back now, you see your father.
Yeah.
You may not have liked them or you may have liked them, both sides. You see your father actually in some of the actions that you take.
Yes.
And you rightly say that you are your father's son. So I want you to maybe highlight one or two things that you see that they remind you. Sometimes you even go like, this is actually something my dad would do or used to do. And,
okay.
Some traits or something, you know?
First of all, I love work.
Yes.
I think I could easily be classified as a workaholic. Maybe that's a little bit extreme.
Yes.
Because my dad enjoyed what he did. And he was dedicated and he was
The
very
passion,
consistent. The passion, the energy, the hard work, the clarity.
Yes.
And also the quality of work.
He's a thorough man. Yeah.
I have found myself to have embraced those traits.
Yes.
To the best of my ability, I always try to do the kind of work that is without fault. Not that I've been successful all the time, but whenever I have learned, when I have been corrected, I know I've picked up and I've tried to change it and fix it. But that is a trait I think I picked from my dad. The other thing is my love for God. I think I inherited quite a bit of it
from him. Yes.
The other thing is that my dad my dad had his emotions right there with him.
Yeah.
Like if you went through something and you would share that tear, you'd see him in public. I've also inherited that.
Yeah. So would you consider yourself as someone who internalizes things, or you are able to talk and share whenever you can with the right people, of course?
I am. This is now judging from my friends who have told me that I have the capacity to really express myself well.
Okay, good.
I'm sure there could be a few people who would feel different about it, but it's fine. Okay. It's okay. But largely, I get the sense that I'm capable of being able to fully express myself, and without a problem, without fear most of the time. And when I have made a decision that I want to express myself, I think it's pretty easy for me to do that.
Do you think that is something men should embrace? And how would you?
I would say men need to be selective in whom they share.
Yes.
Not everyone needs to know everything.
Yeah.
People need to be trusted enough. You could be a loyal friend, Jose, and maybe I would know that you have a weakness in understanding certain concepts.
Yes.
Or maybe you are not very good at holding secrets.
Yes.
So while I have a burden in my heart I need to share, you will be the last person I want to share with, because wisdom dictates you do not share this with someone who can easily reshare it again.
Yes.
And in spaces where you would least want it to be made known.
Yes.
Okay? So I would advocate for men to find other men whom they can be able to talk to.
Yeah.
But they have to be people who have earned the trust. So it means it's not friendships it's friendships that have gone through the test of time.
All right. Let us move now to the crux of this particular discussion today. And when you look back at this, you will notice at some point you spoke about your father in present tense. When you look back at this, you will listen, you will hear that.
Yeah, it's true.
Tell me the journey in brief from now, the time your dad starts making his final lap.
Final lap
Yes,
here.
yes.
So my dad was unwell
Yeah.
for a while, and I remember us being in the sitting room.
Yes.
And him giving us the diagnosis that he had been given.
Yes.
And it was an emotional moment for everyone.
Yeah.
For the whole family. But and we accepted.
Yeah.
But we also decided that we were going to do everything possible to seek the best medical care.
Okay. Yeah.
And that we did to the best of our knowledge and to the finances we had, and with the finances we had at the time.
Yes.
But as fate would have it, eventually he succumbed in 2013.
Yes.
And I remember he was in one of the hospitals here in Nairobi.
Yes.
And at the time I was living in Langata.
Yes.
So I remember driving from Langata. I was driving early in the morning. I had meetings, but I wanted to come and see him early in the morning before I go for meetings.
Yeah.
So I remember just along Bagathi Road when I was almost at the Kenyatta Hospital Junction.
Yes.
Yes, I remember my mom calling me and telling me what has transpired that night. So I drove there and I could see him lie there. I mean, I could touch him and he was still warm, which means he had he had just passed on of some time.
Yeah.
It's not. And when you watch someone you love go through a disease that turns them into just basically incapacitates them to be able to live a normal life. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's the once jovial person, who had passion, who had a big voice, could laugh. He could run.
Yeah.
Now he's not able to do that, and you observe this for years. It really does break your heart.
Yeah.
Especially when they're in pain.
Yeah.
So it was difficult, but I think because he's one of those, the disease progression is slow. So you get to see and you get to know, well, unless a miracle happens here, there is little we can do. So I think God saw it fit that my dad should rest from the cares of this world.
Yeah.
And that was his decision. I mean, the power of life and death is not in our hands. None of us is getting out of this life alive.
Yeah.
So, but that was a heavy moment. It was the first time losing someone in the family, and I think I remember walking in and looking at him.
Yeah.
There was a part of me that said, with a lot of sorrow, that at least you are not in pain anymore.
So what's you get this call and you go. I remember also myself, I came to see your dad when he was unwell. You get the call and you go to the hospital. What's going on through your mind when you see your father, your hero, your pillar, someone you've loved, is lying there? Walk me through. How does that come into your mind?
Just I can't even begin, because your mind is all over the place.
Yes.
At the time.
Yes.
And I think I walked into that room and I knew what had happened.
Yeah.
Because this is 13 years ago.
Yes. at a time.
I remember at least telling myself he was not alone that night when he was passing on. My mom was right there with him.
Yeah.
Because the night before he passed on, I had come to see him and he was not in a very good state.
Yeah.
So I remember calling my mom and just explaining to her what was happening. And because she had been with my mom the whole, she had been with my dad the whole day. I think.
Yes.
And I think she had gone home to rest for a bit, then to come back. So when I told her what was happening, she decided, you know what, let me just go back to the hospital. Quickly. She came, I mean, she was supposed to come in later, but I think she just came in earlier than she wanted to. And we sat there and we prayed for him. And my mom, being my mom, just told me there's really nothing we can do for your dad now. He's in God's hands.
Yeah.
Just go home and I'll keep you guys posted.
Yeah.
And that was the last time I saw him alive. So
So the next day is when he passes.
The next day is when we passed on.
Yeah.
So of course we started preparations, started telling people.
Yeah.
There was a moment of grief.
Yeah.
You cry for your dad.
Yes.
Then we just got together as a family. So what next? What do we need to do? So we decided now this crisis is here.
Yes.
It's time for us to make preparations. And if there are any last instructions he had given us, we need to be able to do that. So we started off by, first of all, just checking out the medical bills.
Yeah.
We cleared them. Then we told all our friends what had happened. Majority of them knew where my dad was, and they had come to visit.
Yes.
They had been praying with us.
Yes.
And of course, relatives. And we got everything that we needed here in Nairobi, and we organized for him to come home.
Yeah.
And I think I remember it almost like he received a hero's welcome. And we had quite a number of people who came for the funeral.
Yeah.
And he had already identified the place where he wants to be rested in the compound. So we made sure we respected his last wishes. And my mom told us, by the way, I think he prayed for us before he passed on.
Yes.
I think either the day before or something like that, he had prayed for us and he had blessed us. Because I think he had gotten to a place where he knew he is not getting out of this one. It was, I don't think I processed his loss.
Yeah.
Not even in that year.
Yeah.
Not even in the second year.
Yeah.
I didn't process his loss.
Yeah.
For maybe about 3 years.
Yeah.
Because it's what do you mean?
Yeah.
My dad is not going to be there to see his grandchildren.
Yeah.
It was a difficult thing because I was looking forward to, those are the things I was looking forward to. I was looking forward for him to show up at my wedding. I was looking forward to me going back home to visit him with his grandchildren.
Yes.
And then we get to talk about what it means to be a man in the house and ask him for advice. Like I had imagined and fantasized about these opportunities and the fact that there's a legacy of faith that lives in this household.
Yes.
They get to meet the man who made the man.
Yeah.
So
So how does that make you feel about this?
Well, loss is inevitable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think as a man, you need to, especially if you have a family,
Yeah.
you don't have to be worried about the day you're not going to be present.
Mm-hmm.
You need to prepare
Mm.
for the day you will not be there.
Don't worry about it. Prepare for it.
Prepare for it.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how long you have with your kids.
Yeah. True.
Nobody does. We are hoping you have another 8 years.
Yes.
But we don't know, really.
True.
So you need to start equipping your kids slowly with God's wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
so that they, in the event of the inevitable, they'll have something to hold on to.
Yeah.
They do not need to feel their life has fallen apart
Yeah.
because you are not there. And I think that's one gift my dad left me with. It's the gift of having the faith I have in God.
Mm-hmm.
That ultimately we serve God.
Yeah.
He gets to call us home when he wants to.
Yeah.
And he also, and scripture teaches us that
Mm-hmm.
he's a father to the fatherless. So
Yeah.
basically he's saying, even if I'm not going to be here,
Mm-hmm.
you are not going to be alone.
Yeah.
And that transition is only cemented if your father lives out as a role model in that particular arena,
Yeah.
and then hands over that baton. And because you have the evidence of him who has lived it out,
Yes.
at least that gives you some courage to move forward. I'm not saying the ones who don't have that
Yeah.
have no hope.
Yes.
God has many ways of ensuring
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
he establishes
Yeah.
each and every one of us.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, that was very instrumental in managing the transition of him being gone. And now here I am. Now navigating life and understanding that I need good mentors. I need people who I can sit with them. And I think this was
Yes.
one of the most difficult things, finding good mentors.
Yeah.
Man, that is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Because how do you trust people's intentions?
Yeah. Speaking of intention, so how do you move from dad has passed, dad is buried? You technically assume the role of the man because you are a middle child, but you are the eldest, eldest man, so to speak, eldest child.
Oh, absolutely not. I did not do that. In fact, what I did is I ran away from that responsibility.
Yes.
A number of times my mom tried to bring it up,
Mm-hmm.
in telling me that, in our culture,
Mm-hmm.
you are the firstborn son.
Yes.
And you need to. We were not having it.
Yeah.
I fought it. I fought it for nearly 8 years.
Yes.
And here's the thing, Jose.
Mm-hmm.
We were brought up to understand that you have to go out there and fend for yourself.
Yeah.
My dad, in his efforts to inspire us not to be lazy,
Mm-hmm.
he said, every property I have here is for me and your mother.
Yes.
You guys go out there and look for you, and I should not see anyone here lining up for inheritance.
Yeah.
He hammered that message home from the time I was in primary school.
Mm-hmm.
And every one of us
Mm-hmm.
bought into that message. So even while he was gone,
Yes.
we never saw whatever he had as ours. We knew this is not ours.
Yeah.
This is for my mom. Why are you, a grown-ass man,
Yes.
going home to try and wrestle property from your mother?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
And since I was in business and business was kicking me properly,
Mm-hmm.
That's a story for another day.
Yes, I think we'll continue with that. But
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot we need to discuss. I don't think we've done justice for this
No,
last
no,
part.
no, no, no. We haven't. We haven't
Yeah,
really. There's still a lot more that
yes.
we need to discuss.
Yeah. And so you transition now. There is the man before your father, and there is the man after your father,
Oh yeah.
after your father's passing. So we will discuss that maybe in the subsequent subsequent episode.
Yes.
But I asked you to do something today, and I want you to go ahead and
Well,
do it as we finish.
You told me to write a letter to this old man.
Yes. I want you to look at that and just read it.
All right.
Yes.
Let this old tablet first of all behave. You told me to write a letter to him, and I did.
Yes.
And I'll read it. I think. Thank you actually for making me do this. I've never done this. Never would have thought about doing this.
Yeah.
So, dear Dad, it's been 13 years since you rested from all the cares and worries. I have missed you deeply. Not a single day has gone by that I have never thought about you. Your life and the man you were. I have held on to our memories, our deep random conversation, your wisdom, your sense of humor. But one thing has always stood out above all things is that you have been both that has been both an enigma and a sense of hope. You modeled living out a life that honors God. You exemplified it in how you loved Mom, loved us, and loved people. You showed it in private and in public. 13 years later, I still meet people who know you and they speak well of you. It is for this reason that I still have hope for my wretched self. A lot has happened since you left. I'm sure Mom has already told you about your first grandson. We named him after you. What she has not told you is that we now have twins. All thanks to your last born, who has quite essentially lived out up to Matthew 19:30, where the last shall be first. They have been to Kitale and they love it there. Thank you for leaving solid inheritance. And Mom finally agreed on me moving back to Kitale and helping out. Must admit it was a conversation that lasted over 8 years. Of course, the first time she mentioned it, I fought her with everything. But she did not relent. She married a tough one. We finally had a working formula. And before we could finalize, God called her home. I have a feeling you could not have all that fun without her. I am back home taking care of things. All the three of us have become better friends, and I love it. And I love it. Your daughter-in-law is amazing, but I will let her husband tell you that, LOL, the legacy you and Mom left have been instrumental in helping us navigate and adjust to our new reality of having to make big decisions. Everything you left is still intact, and we hope to build upon it. Your friends in Kitale have been immensely gracious and patient with us. They check up on us, they advise us, they have come to our aid every time we have asked, and I am definitely indebted to them. It is impressive how we are benefiting from all the good relationships you had. I'm glad I used every opportunity to say and show you that I love you. I miss the stories you would tell us when you came back from work. I miss our endless conversations when I was in campus. They were so friendly that some of my friends who overheard us thought I was talking to my friend. You centered your life around loving God. And that is all I equally want to do now. You inspired me to be an entrepreneur and to love the work I do and equally do it in a way that will honor God. Your absence has forced me to grow up. For a while, I struggled to find good advice, but I learned how to look for it. evaluate and apply it. I have learned how to process loss because it is an inevitable part of life. I wish I had more time to talk with you about your own personal failures and shortcomings. I felt like I had so much of your success stories, but very little of your personal struggles that would have helped me in processing my own shortcomings. But nonetheless, God provided opportunities for such lessons and conversations. I hope you will be proud of the man I am today. I'm far from perfect, but I've come a long way. All my experiences in life have brought me right here to this moment where I treasure my relationship with God by ensuring it informs how I think, how I speak, and how I interpret my life experiences. Thank you for being a great dad. I hope one day I get to be a dad, be at least half the man you are. Love you, Manuel.
So thank you. We'll continue the second part of this as we talk about the man after the death or the demise of his father. Thank you, everyone. This is the B4 project.